God is so real.
Mm-hmm.
And He's real because He has shown us every day His goodness. For those who thinks that are here that God doesn't exist or that God is not real, let me tell you a little story. Make it short. 27 years ago, I was translating for a group of North American in Honduras. 19 years old. After we finished the whole work camp, and I met Charlie Smith, Jimmy Usher, and I was working also with my brother. I learned so much from them. Their love. I learned so many things from them. And I say, what do they have that I don't have? Okay. That day before we took the group to the airport, a man came, and he's here. Joe Stephens, can you stand up? Right there, my brother. He came and told me one day, Jimmy, God has great things for you here in Honduras. And I heard him. Thank you. I heard that voice. Actually, he heard first the voice of God to tell that, to share it to somebody, and that somebody was me. But that word came to here, that voice came through here, but it went this way. That word came to here and was nesting and started nesting in my heart for maybe 4, 5, 6 years. And it was there. Later on, I moved on from the ministry that I was working, and I became a tour guide, go all over the places in Central America. Then, later on, Jimmy Usher, after being working in Honduras for a long time, he heard a voice again. Jimmy, go to Honduras. Jimmy Usher, go to Honduras. He went a couple of times to Honduras. Then he came back, but the path wasn't clear at that time. But then the voice of God was telling him, go to Honduras. So obedient, like he always was obedient, he just went to Honduras. And then that day, actually, he came to Honduras, but he went to Nicaragua. And then, but who's going to take him to Nicaragua? There was a group of, I think it was 7 people. My dear brother Harold, Ed, and it was me. There was other ones that came. And later on, when we finished the trip, we were sitting in this in the table in the house, and we were remember that time we went, and was serving in the church in the mountain. Remember we were doing these? Yes, that was back maybe 5 years ago or 10 years ago in Chahuatillo in the mountain. It was around 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock that time, and we just said, let's go on at 4 o'clock in the morning to Chahuatillo, just visit. Okay. We went like that, and we went to Chahuatillo, to the mountain, because it's the next day they needed to fly. So we went, we see it, and that's where we cast the vision, That's where Jimmy, this is where I want to be. This is where God wanted me to be, because they were praying for the missions to go back there, for the missionary to go there, because they have some problems. They have so there was a need of a lot of spiritual work there. So Jimmy heard the voice, and then the mission started there, and then my seeds start growing. I say, okay, this is why, because I was thinking, why God has great things here in Honduras? Why? And then I realized that this is what happened. So this newsletter here, this little pamphlet here, actually is kind of big. This is for the honor of God first, But this is to honor Jim Usher because of his persevering, This ministry have done a lot of things. It's doing a lot of things, and it will be continued on. I'm very happy and I'm very glad that I was part of his last adventure to help. I'm really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, I'm enjoying it, and I will continue enjoying it because that seed is planted, and I'm I thank God to be part of that 10 years, 11 years we'll be together and working side by side for the kingdom. And Caroline, I'm sure she received a lot of messages from all over the United States and Honduras as well. But I have three messages here I will read for you. This one is from Syrian, a young woman. The ministry built a house for her family, her parents, and her special needs nephew. Then Jim had us hire her to do our bookkeeping, so she will be earning, some funds to support them instead of receiving charity. She wrote this note to Jim and Caroline when she heard about that he was sick. I know that many times words are not enough. I wish with all my heart to be there and to be able to serve people who have brought us all your love and unconditional support. God is with you, giving you strength and carrying you every situation. I hope and trust God that He makes everything perfect. One day we met Jimmy and Caroline, and that marked our life forever because their love goes beyond what we could imagine. Their love is so immense, their feelings so pure in love for my parents, Ricardito, and me. We love them very much. We wish to see them again so joyful, passing to the happiness and peace that has angel of God they're giving us. Papa Jim, we love you very much. I wanted to see you again. My mother is very sad that she cannot be there. I wanted to be able to tell her that you are coming back and share more time with us. Your children here need you. With all my heart, I want you to know we love you very much. From Jensi, a teacher from Chaguitillo, from the mountains there. He said, my strongest feelings are heavily for you and your family. Surely we know that God now has Jim next to him. He was a great human being, a great friend. One day we can be together. A last one, a pastor from the mountain as well. God bless you, Carolina. I regret the death of your husband, Jim Usher. He was a man of God, taught us a lot of things, and gave us what God gave him: his ministry, his humility, and passion. May Jesus be with you and give you new strength to move forward.